let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and mark up our support and resistance zones for trading. We're still gonna focus on the 1 minute time zone. So, and I am on my regular candlesticks. I just wanna make sure that I have my regular candlesticks and I do. Okay, so let me get drop some lines on here. And the reason why I mark up on my 5 minute chart and then I trade on my 1 minute chart when I'm doing 1 minute trades is because I have a stronger support and resistance zone when I mark up on a higher time frame. And then I can also see I can see where the market is expected to go. Also, when I'm doing it, I make my candles, when I'm marking them up, I make my chart as small as I can, because I want to see as much as I can. Of the chart, actually, I'm gonna leave it right there. So what I'm doing here is when I'm finding my support and resistance zones, I'm simply going in the market and I am putting the line where the market continuously stops or respects that area. So if you see here, when I'm putting the support and resistance zone here, you see it's constantly stopping right here, bouncing or turn around. So that's what you're looking for when you're looking for your support and resistance zone. Is you're looking for the market, you're looking for it to be a place where the market continuously stops and retests or bounce back in that area. I like to draw them at the bottom of my candlestick versus the bottom of my wick. But I do both. But whichever one you choose to do, and either one is fine, make sure you continue that pattern all through your markup. So you find your positions based on the candlesticks, if that's what you choose. Let's put this one here. So now that I have my support and resistance zones marked up, I am going to scroll back on my chart, and since this is a big drop down, it's not much that I can back test with because it's been buying so much. But when I do, at least I do have a retest right there, respecting that zone, so that's good. Okay, well, this one has been in a buy trend for a long time, so we see where this is going. So now that I've finished marking this up, let's go to the 1 minute chart and see what it looks like. I'm going to go to the 1 minute. Now I'm going to put my 200 moving average back on, which I don't know which one it is. Let me see. Nope. I just had it. Yeah. And I'm going to put my zigzag back on. So now I'm seeing more of what's going on. Actually, I'm gonna leave my zigzag off for training, but I can see more of the market and what's going on, what it's doing. I see it keep retesting this area and where it's coming. And my moving average is telling me that it is in the buy. And we just seen how long it's been in the buy trend. So it's going back up. So I'm seeing more of what's going on my charts. But one thing I want to show y'all is your fractals, which of course you find your fractals right up here, right here if you want to use them. But they are also an indication of your trend that you can use when you're trading. So I see and the best time to use them is when they're by their support and resistance. So you see this right here, when you had it right here by this support and it said it was ready to sell, it got to drop. When it was right here by this moving average, you got your buys up. So that's when you want to look for it. And depending on how the candlesticks are moving will depend on how long you should take your trades. So since a lot of these candlesticks are bouncing, and this is the 1 minute time frame, I wouldn't consider this a good chart to trade. Not for 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, or maybe 30 seconds or 15 seconds or less, but not for 1 minute. Okay. We're gonna mark up one more chart. I'm gonna take off the 200 while we mark it up. Yeah, and the fractal. And let's go back to the 5-minute chart. And here we go. Let's make it small. I meant to make it bigger last time and scoot it over so we can see as much of the chart as we want. Let's get our support and resistance lines on here. Now I literally just hit the button a couple times and drop a couple of them on here, and then I'll start positional. Again, I like the bodies to line up on the bodies of the candlesticks, and it's here. And I like to make them a little bit thicker. Of course, y'all know that they really move in zones and stuff. Zones are really good, but support and resistance are great as well. So that's why I like them a little thicker and give a little more range for your trade. Let's put this one here. Let's put this one up here. Come on. And I'm just skipping the middle area because I know I'm gonna come back there. I definitely like that one. That's my high point. So of course there, I think this is my last one. So let's scroll back and back test and see what we got. Okay, we see we're here. We see where it was respecting this. And remember, I was just talking about the zone. So if I would have did a zone for this area, it would have been like this square, and that's where it's bouncing back and forth. But it broke and retest. It broke this support and retested it and then dropped down. And that's one thing I tell y'all all the time. You'll hear me say it, break and retest, break and retest. So right here, it broke, it retested and dropped. Then it played around here. Then it came on down. Once it broke through here, it broke up. It didn't retest, but it went up in its buy. So it kept moving, but it was kept respecting the areas is what I want to show y'all. The reversals and the consolidation points should happen around your support and resistance zones. So if you're wondering if you have a good support and resistance zone, you want to see consolidation volume or you want to see reversals. And then you know you have good markup. So let's go to the 1-minute chart now. And now we can make our candlesticks bigger as well. And then we're finding our entries. This is a good one because here it kept retesting this. Every time it retested this resistance, it bought up. Every time it retested, it bought up. It came up, pulled back, bought. Consolidated, bought. Consolidated, bought. So it stayed in this trend going up, and even as it broke here, it broke this support, pulled back and retested it, and then continued this buy. So one thing you want to know about when your candlesticks are in between the support and resistance zone, the goal where the candlesticks are headed, as long as it's in the same trend, is to the next support and resistance zone. So that's why sometimes people take longer trades because they'll get in and take a 5-minute trade or a 10-minute trade, and it's like it's gonna hit here. Eventually, it's gonna go up here. So even if it consolidates, that it'll be above the resistance because it's going towards the support up here. Okay, let me. Okay, so now I'm on TradingView and I'm just going to mark up on here so I can actually show you how more the break and retest, what it looks like. Because I can, thank you, can you come here? I can draw on here and make it look real pretty. Okay, so when I say break and retest, what I'm saying is it's doing this. Look at this M pattern. Okay, look at this M. You see it did an M right here. Y'all see that M pattern? And then M's will give you sales. So you got an M right here. And once it broke this M, really this support line right here is also the neckline for the M. Once it broke that, it gave you a sale. So I would have looked for that sale because I saw that M coming. Let me see. Who was breaking and retest? This is a break and retest right here. Well, it came up and tested it, pulled back, and then broke it. So once this came back and tested and it broke up, this buy was strong. I might have took it. This is another one. Pull up, pull back, retest the support, go back up. It happens so much in the market. It's the best move. One of the best moves that you want to always look for because the market is consistent with it. So as long as you find your trend, and if you say, how do I look for my entries? Well, I find my trend. I'm in a buy trend and I'm looking for the market to break my support and resistance zone, retest it, and then I'm taking my buys. I'm looking for it to come up and test it, pull back, get ready to break it, take it. I'm looking for my patterns. If I was looking for a sale, I see my M pattern. Once I seen it broke the neckline, which was the resistance, I'm taking a sale. That makes sense. Can you see it better on here since I can kind of draw it? So these is the things that I want y'all to look for when you even in your binary, it's the same moves. Okay, let's mark this one. Oh, not this chart. Let's find something else because Amazon do not look good.
Okay, you said, ooh, I don't like this chart.
Support.
Creed.
Yes.
You said, ooh, I don't like this chart. Are you going to show us what bad charts look like and what we should not? Like, are you going to show us like, now this is a chart you might want to stay away from or?
So this, okay, was it Amazon?
I don't know. I'm on my phone. I couldn't get it on my laptop. So
yeah, I think it was Amazon.
It was real small. My print is small.
Okay, I didn't like Amazon because Amazon isn't moving. It's going sideways. So really it's just still consolidating. So what I write, Travis, consolidation. I want to see my charts moving up or down because that's what I need. I can't say the trend because it's not giving me one. It's going sideways. So until it breaks out of this area, I'm not gonna touch it.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's go to. Oh, we can do Visa too. Visa look good. Visa look good. Okay, let's do Visa. Let's mark up our support and resistance lines. Again, this is my highest points with my body, the top of the body of my candlestick. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to just bring this one down. This is the lowest one I can see, and it's just range. Get them out the way. And let's find some more. I'll put this one right here. I'll leave it there. Come back.
So Creed, is that an M in the front? Because that looks like an M and then it looks like it went down and then it kind of did a W or negative. Am I seeing that correctly?
I don't know what you look for. Hold on 1 second. Put this one right here. That one right there. Okay, I have my support and resistance knocked up. And where you see it, here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right where you were. And then it looks like it went down. It looks like it went down and then and then keep going, and then is that a W right there or negative?
Right here.
Yep. Oh shit. I mean, shoot, sorry.
You right. You got your W right here. Boom, right back out. Even if you move over here, it gave you another M right here off of this resistance and then continued in the sell. So again, if I took this and also added my trend line to it, it's gonna even help more. I'm just gonna start it right here. I really want to draw 2 trend lines for this one, but we'll get into that next section. And then let's go to our 1 minute chart. Even in our 5 minute, it looks good. But looking at our 1 minute, you see even where it's bouncing and staying, and you can make smaller, you know, support and resistance lines here, but you see where it's at. You see what it's doing. How it tapped this 3 times. You could have sold every time this took, every trade, every time this tapped this here. But you see where you're going. And then that's why I add my 200, because it reminds me where I'm at, what I'm looking for in my trade. So see how this just broke this 200, retested it, and now it's going back up in the buy, but it hasn't broke the support. So if it was me trading, I'd be I was gonna say waiting for this break, because I want to see more strength. I want to see these start turning green and turn up, because this can be a lot of strength to keep going. And even though this is overbought, you want to make sure it don't hang straight, because it can hang straight and keep buying. So this is always an area you watch, you see, but it's giving you that, like I said, that green for the buy, and it's breaking up. Again, I look for it to kind of try to move, play around, consolidate some up here and go up, but I would want to see have more momentum to actually buy to the trend line. But you see your markups though. Okay, with your trend line.